Hello everyone, this is a Greyshot 117 here, bringing you another Steel Division replay. That includes Waldo. Guys, I found him. It's great. I actually found Waldo. It's fantastic. He's just on the Allied team in the 1940s. So there you go. Found him. And we also have Der Gartner, which on the Axis team. Both have infantry doctrines, or I guess specialized divisions. Both have not great armor. Both have not great air force. Both have really good infantry, artillery, and AT guns. So we'll see how things play out. In any case, if you want to submit a replay, you can do so via my Gmail or my Facebook, or there's a thing called Steel Division Replays. Go check that out. Highly recommend it. Very easy to upload, and I've been actually pulling a lot of my replays from there because, well, a lot of people post replays on there, and it's been pretty good. Also, again, I will say this, and again, they're not paying me to say this in case you're like, oh, Greyshot's being paid to say it. I would highly recommend just go checking out this game. Again, it's right now $40 on Steam, and you can easily just, if you don't like it, just use the 2-hour refund policy on Steam and change it out if you feel like it's something that you're not interested in. But I highly recommend it. I actually tried that with the same intention with Battlegrounds, which then I really started to enjoy a lot more than I actually thought I would. Oh my god, is that game a lot of fun. Had a car flip over on its side and may have destroyed the entire enemy team. But let's get to this game, shall we? Centralized city. Good defensive point over here with the forest, long range, so they should be able to hold over there. On the right-hand side, same thing. The buildings in the curve forest, very easy for this team to defend. Though the enemy team still has some forest areas to defend as well. But compared to over here, you can see that the team right here has a very good line of sight over this entire area. Whereas over here, it's kind of more even. Or it's the same kind of U thing with not really a big line of sorts. So that could be a big issue. If anything, this side has a better defensive line than the side on the right. But we'll see how things play out. In any case, let's get right into the game. Come on, and fast forward. We got some nice clouds, very nice clouds. And let's get into the game, shall we? Come on, launch it. You can do it. I believe in you. Anyway, while they're about to start, we see we have a bunch of infantry about to roll up. So actually some really good vetted troops as well. That's pretty nice for the Allies. And yeah, some really nice vetted troops. On the Axis side, still some veterancy, but not as much as you would think. So I would say the initial front would probably go to the Allies, but we'll see. Again, we can see here he's putting his light detachment over here, light detachment over here. He's trying to focus on the city. Same thing with these guys, but we can see here that they have a lot more in terms of vetted troops. So that could be a big problem, especially if they start lowering it down. Are we really going to launch this game, guys? There we go. Knew it. It's like, oh wow, take forever. Anyway, let's see where they're going. So he has a light detachment rushing up to the front. This is not going to go well. This will get annihilated most likely from this group, because they're going to quickly move up and get here. But that's my opinion. Infantry moving up. Okay, not too bad. They do have some light vetted troops, but compared to the other team. Oh, what's this? Looks like we have a hang up on the road. The boat maybe sprung a leak, and for some reason it stopped their entire team. That boat thing, I believe, is good for crossing waterways and very good for trying to get in to locations that the water cuts off. I guess he's trying to rush for the buildings. Nice shot with the AT gun, knocking out the boat, making the... Wow. Alright. Anti-strike group kind of stuck. Infantry rushing in the forest. We got some, the leader going in. Wow, more Axis troops still managed to get in. Remember, that boat caused a delay. You can see here fighting is currently starting. Axis force is slowly pushing back the Allies. Things are getting intense in the forest. Well, not outside, not in the forest, in the city. Oh my god, I'm losing my goddamn mind. Anyway, Allies slowly trying to push in. Axis slowly pushing up into the area. Allied forces trying to get in the closest buildings possible, dropping off forces, getting annihilated by close-range AT fire from those buildings. Infantry still rushing up. We have more infantry moving up. 3-star infantry, but the Axis seem to be just overwhelming the Allies. Got a lot of men down, pinned down, dying left and right. Things are not looking... What the hell? Oh, okay, I was going to say. Nice tactics. MG opening fire as well. I'm sorry, getting the building to open fire. Lots of troops. Oh, MG on the right, knocking out the supply truck, and the Allies taking critical blows. Also, very nice AT placement. Most likely stopping them from really moving up. Also, I just realized how many dead planes there are. Wonderful. It's like a failed Air Force campaign into the region. Anyway, Allied forces barely hold control of the city. Looks like those vetted troops were just not enough. And again, in this scenario, oh wow, they both killed each other. In this scenario, it was just the sheer amount of German troops that moved into the vicinity. Now, we do have some Allied forces moving in, but right now, Allies are down. Axis have the edge in battle, so we'll see how things go. The only spot they have is funny, the right-hand side. They have an MG over here with some basic infantry. So, yeah, right now, Waldo needs to figure out what he's going to do, because, simply put, things are not looking good. He lost a majority of his forces in the city, and it's going to take him a long time with only 75 points coming in right now per turn. Are things 2 down? No, absolutely not. Phase B, he has 7 minutes before that comes out, so he doesn't have to worry too much about some super unit coming out or some some great tank or something he can't deal with. Right now, that tank that he has, well, is mostly fine. The 2 AT guns on the side are definitely a problem, but we can check their range. They're about, what, 1,000 meters? Yeah, they're both about 1,000. So if he focuses in the city and like trying to do an infantry charge, he should be fine. Actually, we look here, although the front guys have a lot of anti-armor with the Panzerfaust, which is pretty good, you still have to consider that a lot of the infantry over here does not have AT abilities. So that could be a huge problem if that armor moves in. On the right-hand side, we have infantry looks like trying to lock down, maybe trying to get closer to that MG, which looks like only has 2 men. So 2 men versus how many guys? 22? You better get some lucky shots. But yeah, the infantry is pushing up. You can see here, trying to move in on that MG. Now, if I was them, I'm assuming they're trying to get in the building. That way they can open fire on this MG force inside this building. And then that would provide enough support for the other infantry to move up and hopefully open fire as well on this building. Or wait, I forgot. They have, hold on. Do they still have ammo? Some of these guys have enough longer. Okay, they do actually. They have a couple MG-42s which they can move and fire upon long range. And it looks like that was enough firepower to deal with that MG. So very nice. They have a flamethrower unit, but that's very close range, not long range. And we can see here that, remember, in the initial phase, you get 500 points to send toward your enemy. Right now, he doesn't have... He gets, what, 75 per turn. So he can't build up a huge army. And if anything, the Axis, they get 75 per turn as well. So they're locking down this location and should be pretty fine for holding down center. What the Allies forces need to do is either get a very powerful strike in, so like off-map artillery, kind of break them apart here, because that way they're so close together that off-map could wipe out everything here, and that would kind of even the playing field. At least you got the left-hand side with this MG. Though points-wise, we can see here again the Axis gaining a severe lead, and yeah, and if it doesn't turn very quickly, this game will be over quite soon. So we'll see what happens. But again, I wouldn't count them out yet, because I've been in games where there has been and I literally showcased them, where games were like, oh, it's over, and literally the Allied player comes back and just overwhelms the enemy. So we'll see. We'll see how things go. We have we have some AA guns being placed, which is not a bad idea, because again, right now, way that a lot of people will try to counteract enemy forces is with AA. So we'll see how things go. Oh, hello. We have something coming around here. We have a command vehicle. Let's see. I'm actually kind of surprised you would send that around the right. I would be worried about infantry hiding in the forest. And you have the M4DD, which is a fine tank. I find it weird because it literally looks like a boat tank. I know it's a Sherman under there, or like a kind of a variant of it, but the boat thing just throws me off always. But again, it's meant to float, which is Again, if you think, oh, Normandy, where how'd they get some tanks onto the land that needs support? Well, a boat tank, that's how. Even though, of course, maybe that isn't 100% useful. And also, I would be terrified. Because it's like, okay, so you want this tank to float? Have you tested this? Are you sure about this? Because I'm not 100% sure that tanks can float. Just going off some basic stuff. Looks like the AT gun's opening fire on that command vehicle, which, yeah, need to fall back. Nice idea with the recon. Again, recon don't take territory, but what you can do is very easily have them like hidden in cover. Have them don't fire unless fired upon, and then move them around, so that way they can get sight lines upon all the enemy forces on the left-hand side. Again, using this again right hook as cover, they can try to use their advantage, and you can see they have some decent recon now. They can see pretty much everything the Allies have. So I'm assuming what the Axis player might do is save a bunch of forces and push here. Because if he has recon this site, it would be perfect for him to launch an assault and break through enemy lines. But that being said, if I was him, I would probably want to move the recon unit here, so you have a good vantage point for everything over here, everything on this location, everything coming up. Be very good. Because right now, let's look at Waldo. Waldo can't see anything. He has no idea where the enemy is. But then let's look at DeGartner. DeGartner has a basic idea where a lot of enemy forces are from that recon. And other recons scattered. So, like for example, this one. So, go back to Waldo. Nothing. He has no idea what the enemy could be throwing or could have, which is an issue. He needs recon. He needs something to give sightlines. He has a little bit of recon on the right. Let's go back to neutral focus so you can see where the enemy is. Looks like they're trying to push for this farm-like area. They have to worry about the Panzerschreck group. Again, doesn't have the best range, but it's still not bad. 250. What the heck? Is he direct firing? What? The building? Can he see? I'm so sorry. Can he see that? He can't see that, but he's firing. I'm very confused right now. What are you shooting at? Oh, now you're hitting the building. So it looks like they're trying to open fire, break down that building with the infantry. Slowly take back something. Nice shot, infantry pulling back. You can see here they're not dead. They just escaped through the back. Are they getting back in? They are back in the building. They are now back out of the building. Anyway, that car is moving up. Panzerschreck group nicely knocks out the M20. Poor thing, didn't stand a chance. Now the T-30 is now like opening fire. We have another M20 moving up. Opening fire, most likely trying to neutralize that Panzerschreck group to move up more infantry. Which, if he's trying to push on the left, he needs actually frontline infantry. Which is the problem with this doctor. I know Rangers are very good, and that's what he sent a lot of guys in. But the problem with that is the fact that Rangers are in limited supply. So, then he relies on basic infantry, like these guys. And they have no veterancy. They have really nothing. Hello, Fitzgerald. Huh. Yep, sorry. There we go. Recon still on the right. They still have some light defenses. There's the infantry I was looking for. So yeah, he was saving up. He was saving up. Looks like he's bringing in all sorts of units to resupply the front line for another major assault. Now, where would he hit, per se? Well, if I was him, the weakest spot to hit is this right flank. Oh, wow. MG moving up. Don't know why. Gets annihilated, and, yeah, needs to pull back. Alright, he's smoking. Oh, boy, this is not going to end well. Some infantry tried to push in. Did not go well. Am I about to see another slaughter? If so, I don't want to see a slaughter. But looks like, yeah, he's prepping infantry for a big push in mid. The command vehicle, yeah, this thing is giving all them veterans use, so that could help. Tank moving up as well. Looks like they'll try to bust through the forest and try to push into the city like that. Now, there is an MG here, which will suppress a lot of this infantry, and also these normal grenadiers, so he will need some support of some type. Also, very interesting you're getting bazooka teams, as the enemy's not really shown a lot of that. A lot of course, what's the best way to put it? Wow, alright. Now the infantry's pinned down. That was a very nice, oh, god damn it, was it Flakverling? Flakverling. You thought my pronunciations CH2 were bad. Well, just watch out with this thing. I'm sorry, it wasn't the Flakverling. Nice AA. The Nebelwerfer. You thought I was a... Yeah, right. Anyway, Nebelwerfer, aka a stationary multi-stage rocket launcher. Fires a lot of rockets at enemy forces. We can see here, this one has the burning variety. So all the infantry catches fire, which he needs to move before they slowly burn to death. But, you know, that's just me. Mortar team opening fire on the enemy forces in the city. They're really not getting a lot of good targets. But the allies are slowly gaining back some territory. Slowly, I might add. Very slowly. Wow, looks like one of the vehicles died. Great job. Great job. Again, you still have that EAT gun over here. They're still trying to push on the right, and I still think a push on the right would be better. There's no major MGs or anything. That being said, now we have an issue. Remember how I said that off-map artillery would be the thing that would kind of help, you know, break up mid? Well, apparently that's true, but the Axis were the ones who listened. Hello? Off-map. There he is. There's the guy inside. So... looks like they have some forces pushing on the left. The fact they have the T-30 moving up so close to that Panzerschreck group, I don't understand. It's a Panzerschreck group. It's going to hurt you. Yeah, they need frontline infantry. Oh, well, I guess the rifle leader is fine, but whatever. They're pushing up on this side. More infantry support would be great, but it looks like all the infantry is focused on the left, which is not there, and on the mid. They've resupplied the Nebelwerfer, and now they have a second one. So right now they're just opening fire with all sorts of rockets in the forest area, and it's not looking good. For those who don't know, again, their ammo is limited in this game. So the Nebelwerfers only have, what, 6 shots? And they have to reload after each one, which means they need supplies. So you have to keep them under constant supplies, and that could be a big issue by having a bunch of units close together for airstrikes and whatnot. Looks like a tempo on the right might break them, but mid it's not going to work. He keeps trying to blob up forces push through the city, but these Nebelwerfers are essentially protecting against any large assault that would happen. So, very nice game by De Gartner. Very nice defensive game. Right hand side though, with things a little bit more open, allies might have a chance. If they just move up a force, they can make this unit surrender and then push up. That's what you kind of need to do. In all honesty, they need to kind of force themselves through here. Now, it is very difficult because, again, they still have a lot of, well, anti-infantry and anti-armor in this region, but not as much as mid. Mid is so concentrated forces. And again, we have off-map, which I can't wait to see call in. Anyway, let things continue on in this replay. Nothing happened. Absolutely nothing. Just, you know, amazing editing by myself. Thank you. Anyway, let's move in. The Axis pretty much locking down just the amount of units. Ugh. The Allies are definitely undermanned, understaffed. They still have some good vetted troops. If they can, again, if they can just maneuver properly and hit the enemy when they're weak, like come around here with a fast flank, the enemy would be in for some short trouble. But and again, Panzerwerfers have decent range, but if you move over here, they would be outside of that range area. Once again, another push in mid, and the Allies taking some heavy casualties with that artillery, forcing them to withdraw once again from attacking that city area. So, things are not looking well. And again, just damage-wise, that's just 22 damage for anti-infantry power. That's pretty damn potent. Let's see. Oh, yeah, and we got another hit here attacking the artillery. Wow, and knocking out a lot of artillery pieces and pushing them back. That's some great Whew. Great, some great anti-artillery power right there. And they're pulling back right now. Things are on fire and not looking good for the Allies. The Allies like, screw that pole. We're going right through. Now, I'm assuming you tried to build up an infantry battery right here with all that artillery, try to break them in the city, but man, some really nice defensive power. Again, I don't think you're going to be able to break mid. And if anything, we can see right now, yeah, with the, where is it? Where'd it go? Oh, hello! My favorite plane! I love the German anti-tank planes. I really do. Coming in. Most likely going to try to target that tank destroyer. It has 8 defense. We have 9 attack and manages to kill it. That was a great hit. Oh, here we go. 9 defense. We have it's the Colin tank. To call in some nice off map. Now, if I was him, I would call in here. But that would be me. We have a fighter coming in, going in on that JU. Will it be able to get the kill? We do have some AA in the region. Doing some damage. Getting out of map. Oh, just barely able to keep fighting. And knocks. Nope. JU is still in the game. Manages to pull back. Allies unable to kill that. Although heavy damage is inflicted. So things are not going to go well. For, well, that plane coming back. Because remember, it's going to fly back through that territory. There's a lot of AA in this region. We also, again, remember that Zug, which has enough, pretty much firepower to break a lot of allied armor. So that could be a big issue. Though AT is still something that it is vulnerable to. So has to watch out on that. Bazooka teams going in. Remember, they're bazooka teams. While they do have some decent, very decent anti-infantry power with some Thompsons, which, you know, don't scoff at. Yeah, they're not going to do very well long range at all. So that could be a major issue. At this moment, I don't think the Allies are going to be able to succeed. It was just a really great game from the... Oh, I see. He's keeping the plane back, so that way it decreases. So that's good. But let's see. We have the pack gun stationed, just in case they send armor rush through, which is actually pretty good. AA hitting them, again, not amazing AA, but just enough to where it's able to cause it to retreat. So we have P-47. Looks like at this point he's just calling in planes, just trying to break them. But I don't think it's going to work. We have a plane strike here, or maybe it was trying to go further. We have a fighter coming in on that P-47, and that gets a kill. And the FW-190 is able to pull out before it takes any significant casualties. Artillery once again coming in. Ugh. Knocking out a lot of units. And honestly, the Axis are most, like, I'm 99% sure going to win this game. Unless the Allied player does a massive counterattack, I just don't think it's going to be the case. So, and I know, it's like, oh, Greyshot, well, you know, it's like, well, this and that. Well, it's like, well, here's the thing. I've seen games where he's counted. This Allied player did numerous assaults to attack the city, and it's like, okay, I understand you're trying to break them. I truly do. But it's not going to work. It will not work. Under numerous assaults, you're going to have issues. A lot of issues. And no matter how many times you keep trying to hit them there, the artillery is just tearing you apart. Now, at this point, yes, he has 4 Nebelwerfers. You're going to have a hard time. But you need to cause a breakthrough. And attacking them at the hard point is not what you need to do. You need to attack them somewhere else. But yeah, it's to be quite... Oh, there we go. Nebelwerfer is reloaded and primed and ready to fire. I'm really curious to see if they fire. I mean, he's going to try to break through. He has a lot of infantry about, like, for a breakthrough. The problem is, these guys are so heavily entrenched with bazooka teams. Sorry, bazooka Panzerschreck teams, basic infantry, whatnot. And these guys have so many Nebelwerfers. They're just going to be able to keep holding. So... Go, Nebelwerfer, honestly. Oh, here we go. More teams firing. You can see here he's just hammering mid. And not just that, remember, they have fire. So if they try to use that main road to advance, which looks like he's doing, it's not going to end well. We actually have a scout car with a really powerful gun, the SP-221, coming in. Nice airstrike, annihilating all the infantry on the main road, being destroyed. Oh, wow. That was a great counterattack. Just very, very nice. and this thing is just coming in, just helping to clean up a lot of infantry on that left flank. It's a very nice job. What is this? Oh, actually, I mean, it has no anti-infantry power, but it could do it a little bit against the armor. Not a lot, because it has better armor, but, you know, it could. Also, we have the anti-tank gun right here. And, yeah, the Axis are going to win this, hands down. So, let me just fast forward a little bit. Yeah, at this point, the Axis is just swarming in. Take out what remains of the Allies. The M4A1 coming in, help clear out, but it's not really going to help out. Yep, there it goes. Yeah, the Allies definitely did lose there. And just, again, just shows for kills, Waldo. And God damn it, I love the fact he actually has the thing. Where's Waldo? Holy mackerel, that made it. That made it worth it. Yeah, Gardner was just very, very good. And just held it. Nothing you could really do. Like, kills, great, you killed 3 units. You lost a lot more. And honestly, look at the Nuremberg. They actually didn't get as many kills as you think. They definitely got kills, but they didn't kill entire units. They just held them back. Even though they look very powerful, the basic infantry did a lot more. So, just goes to show. They looked impressive in killing, but quite honestly, they didn't get as many kills as, I mean, as other units, but they did its job. They held units back, which is what you need them to do. And overall, just kills and everything. It goes to show Gardner was just a better defensive player, and Waldo was terrible on the assaults. He really needed a better idea or plan, and really just not the head-on assaults, because applying those assaults directly to the enemy's, I guess, stronghold just did not work. Just did not work indeed. But thank you, so that's Game 1. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. But it's been Greyshot17. I'll see you all next time.